everybody, Sean Milburn here at Sonoma Raceway once again today. We're going to be working on the RSX a little more. Just went out for a practice session. We did some tweaking with the rear toe of the car and it took all the magic out of it. So we're going to try and put that magic back in and see during qualifying if that is able to get the car to steer again. We shouldn't have touched it from last time, but I wanted to try something that was going to make it a little less slippery, because being super slippery makes the car kind of unpredictable for my competitors around me, and I don't want to hit any of them. But if I'm able to run really fast lap times and just pull away, then it shouldn't be too much of an issue, and then they can just fight for second and third or wherever. But yeah, that's what's going on right now. And then qualifying is going to be later today, the second round of qualifying. We'll see what Brad Austin's able to do. I know he's still got some time left in him, so I might not end up with pole today. We still have some time to see. So right now we're actually setting up these toe plates. So this is what allows us to adjust the toe and see the adjustments from it. We just get these tape measures and we lay them along this board, and then we can see how many inches we have in it. When we pull on these tape measures, yeah, so we squared it out, which is not what we want. Yeah. If we can get a 1/4 inch toe in, so an 1/8 on each side, that'll be perfect.
Go get him, Tiger.
Yeah, that's the plan. So here we are. We're coming through turn 11, just after the warm-up lap. Sitting in pole position currently, leading the front of the Sportsman group. I'm gonna have Brad Austin, you can see him in my mirror right there. He's gonna be pulling up on the inside, starting next to me. We're gonna give a bit of a gap to the rest of the classes in front of us here. That way we can separate ourselves out. It's kind of the best way to do these starts, so nobody clusters up in turn 2 super hard. Waiting on the green flag. It's being shown. Get the 2-step going, waiting for the drop. Got a lot of tires slit. Not too bad of a start, but Brad Austin got a rocket ship start. Got ahead of us there. And here comes the turn 2 cluster. It's what kind of normally ends up happening at this track. Everybody bunches up in the first few corners. It's Brad Austin shooting by Mark here in front of us. I'm going to need to do the same thing because I need to stay right on his tail. Can't let him get too far away from me. Pretty loose in 6th there. I ended up having to downshift the car mid-corner because I had lost a bit of speed. I wasn't entirely expecting the car to try and step out like that. But we made the best of it. So all we got to do here is keep Brad in our sights. The ideal goal is to be able to catch him and actually be able to start dicing with him, but in order to do that, got to get through a lot of this traffic. Get by the Civic Type R there. And alright, we're in a pretty good spot now. We can still see Brad, he's really close. And there's yet another car breaking up our battle. So I'm going to have to try and find a way by this Genesis. You can see the rewards weight, how much it hinders this car now. If you go and look at the Vegas video and compare the straightaway speed to this, you'll be able to see how much better this car used to pull on Brad Austin's car, but because of all the weight we had to put in it after podiums, it's definitely taken away our power advantage edge, and with all that extra weight we got to sling it around with these tires, so just in general this car is much slower than it should be. Brad doesn't have to put rewards weight in his car because he's already about 200 pounds overweight for the class. So it is definitely just a matter of trying to keep up with a good driver in a superior vehicle that definitely has every edge across the board. And we're going to see if we can get it done. Another factor to keep in mind is we set up this thing to rotate, but that was for qualifying situations, practice situations. During a race, about halfway through, I already know I'm going to start experiencing the back end start to grip more as the tires heat up, which is going to slow me down. Getting really hung up here. So I'm going to need to get around this Genesis like right now. The gap between me and Brad got really bad from that. So I was a little mildly frustrated. And now it's time to put our head down and get to work. See if we can catch that Miata. Car's still functioning great. You can see I'm flicking the wheel a little bit, getting that rear rotation out of the car. See, the gap between us is kind of just staying where it is. We're both running very similar times, and right now basically I'm just driving my own line, trying to take every corner as optimally as I can, and that's about all I can do is drive the car the best that I can in the conditions that we have, and hope that Brad Austin can make a mistake in front of us here so we can get right back up on his tail. I missed 6th, just giving the motor a break there. Didn't slow me down too much though. One of the things I kind of want to work on is checking out the linkage for the shifter, because I have noticed in this car for some reason, I don't know if it's when I'm racing, I'm trying to do my movements too fast and get into the gears too fast, or if there's actually some snags being hit in the shifter. So it's something I want to check out. If everything's okay with the shifter, then I'm going to need to adapt my driving, maybe slow down a little bit in between movements. Beautiful turn 3. That was a really fast corner right there. So here we are. We're looking at a little more traffic in front of us here. This is looking like Mike Seakin in Super Touring, as well as Bo Borders, the lead touring car, in front of Brad Austin up there. So Brad and I's cars in the Sportsman group seem to be shining like a star. I mean, they are putting down some extremely fast times, about 3 seconds faster than the next car behind our times. So I think maybe we should try and figure out a way to slow our cars down to try and bring this group a little closer together. There's no reason in hell we should be catching the lead touring car. No reason in hell we should be anywhere near any of the Super Touring cars. So as things progress and move forward in the US Touring cars, I think we're going to try and find a way to make sure that the spacing between classes can be maintained. So So I saw Brad pass Bo in turn 11 there, and I'm like, damn. It's yet another car I gotta try and get by, just so I can get back on his tail. And the issue is, I don't know if I'll be able to get by Bo. Because he's a very fast driver. He's in a much superior car. It looks like I'm catching up to him now, but catching up to him and getting around him are two different things. And Brad just took the second place the super touring car there, Mike Seekid, and is in front of both of them now. So I got a lot of work to do just to get back on his tail. I don't want to overrun the car. There's still plenty of races left this year. Need to make sure that the car stays in good shape and that our tires stay in good shape. So I'm definitely going to be trying to catch him here. But if worst comes to worst and I can't get by Mike and Bo, I'm just going to have to be happy with the second place and maybe even slow my pace down a little bit so that I can save the car for events to come. But we'll see if we can get around him. Yeah, you can see I'm a little bit frustrated. It's not that I'm angry or upset. It's just like I'm sitting here and I'm like, I'm looking at the lead touring car's bumper, and my competition is by both of them. So it's it's definitely not what I was expecting out of this race. I didn't think it was just going to be trying to maneuver through traffic, but is what it is. I can start feeling the rotation start to come out of the back end now as I'm going through these corners, and with that rotation gone, it's going to significantly slow me down. So we'll see if we can get by. We're going to need to get by both of these guys, and you can see the gap that Brad Austin's pulled on both of them. So at this point, it's looking like I might have to get comfortable with my position. Still see the Genesis behind me in the mirror, and I am aware he is trying to catch Bo, because right now I'm currently splitting first and second in the touring car class, and since I have kind of made the decision that this is kind of just an area that I should hold, not try and pass the super touring car or the touring car in front of me, because I don't think there is a way I can make a pass. I'm kind of around the same times that they're running now, and I don't think it would be worth trying to push the car so hard to catch Brad at this point. So if Ali ends up running up on me, then I will let him by, just because I don't want to interfere with his race. So it's just something to stay mindful for. Multi-class racing is kind of weird like that. Trying to figure out the position of when to let your out-of-class competition pass or when to get by your out-of-class competition. Traffic management is a huge important role in racing. and it's something that, as you progress, will become more and more important steadily. So you can hear I'm not revving out the car as hard now, taking a little bit out of it. Brad is already headed on to the main straight, so the gap is so significant by this point that he's basically going to need to come off the track if I have any chance. So here's where I decide to let Ali by. I can see him running up on me, not going to interfere with his race. This is the final lap of the race. So I am just kind of, I can look into my mirrors there, you can see that. Nobody in my rear view. We got such a good gap. The sportsman class, third place position is being heavily contested by 3 different cars here. You can see that on some of the other channels provided by other drivers in the US Touring Car Championship. Reza Arsham, for example, who's also Freddie McAway. He might have that footage as well. And as we come through turn 11, we're going to be crossing to the checkered flag for the end of round 3 at Sonoma. Was a pretty good race, though you could see the spacing between the cars and how fast we were catching out of class traffic should be addressed in the future. So we ended up with a 2nd place in that race. The tires started falling off a good portion of the way through, which caused the car to stop rotating. I was keeping up with Brad for the first half of it until that ended up happening. We got stuck behind so much traffic and out-of-class cars, which is really strange because, I mean, you think they're in a higher class, so they should be moving out a bit faster. Yeah, next is probably going to be working on the car setup even more, trying to figure out how to get it looser so it rotates better, because that seems to be kind of the key with making this thing faster, is more rotation, more looseness equals faster lap times. At least that's what we saw from this weekend. Can't get his bottle open again.
Oh, there he goes. Part 2, huh? Woo! They get sick. Look at the bottle.
Good race, Sean. Good race. Good job, you guys.
Good race, buddy.
We need to slow down.
We gotta slow down for these guys.
All right.
Oh yeah, here.
Oh, there you go. Look at that thing. Hand cooked.
Yeah, it's pretty good too.
race, Sean.
Thank you.
The car started dropping. That's a good idea.